If you're a Hearth member, please watch until the end of the video before disliking. Well, people, big stuff, not exactly good stuff, has happened this week. Recently, there's been big issues on the Worst Discord and with the Hearth crew as a whole. Recently, I was unjustly blacklisted by Warcries and Kai. This is unscripted, by the way, so it's going to be probably a few pauses, but here we go. So, I debated making this video. I was going to make it, then not going to make it, then going to make it, then not going to make it, then definitely going to make it, then not really going to make it, but I'm finally going to make it. Because finally, someone has joined my side. Well, a few people are on my side, but I'm here to explain the story, unbiased story, the truth of what has happened August 2019 to destroy the Worst Discord and put it into civil war. It all begins with Oldvale. This video is not to defend my actions, but criticize Kaib and Warcry's actions. But however, it will defend a bit of my actions against the Ocelot situation, which is part 2 sort of the problematic situation, but we'll get into it anyways. So, Oldvale, I had begun development on episode 11 when I casted Kat, who already played a character, but this time, this character would use her voice. So, I recorded a clip with Kat and my friend B. Michael. It went pretty good, and all was well as it seemed, at least. But then, I actually went on like a 2-day vacation, and when I came back, Kat had made the decision to no longer want to be part of the roleplay and have me delete all the clips that we had recorded that exact day. At first, I was rational, and I was like, oh yeah, Kat, you know what, it's your decision. I do not choose what you do or do not want to do, but yeah, just think over it for a bit. Maybe I'll post the video and we'll do some voice demos or something, and we'll see how you feel about your voice. Posting the video, by posting the video, I mean like just like posting it privately so just she can see how her voice sounds. And I recruited Warcry's help to just help me like fix this issue. And my issue was I decided that I wanted to help Kat as a person, like also get over her fear of using her voice on the internet. Bad idea. And eventually there was one day where I got really mad at Kat and I just said, "Why don't just please do the role play for me, man? I was wrong. That's the point." And I've learned from that over the past like half a month because this happened around like the 11th of August. And eventually, what happened was we had a huge war told Kaib about it and stuff, and then we had a huge like discussion argument on the Worst Discord, and eventually we came up with a decision and we solved the thing. I deleted the clip because I would never ever post someone's clip without their consent. I would try to convince them, but I wouldn't post it without their consent. And we had moved on, and I began to recast for that role in Oldvale. No spoilers. Oldvale's going to continue. This does not destroy Oldvale at all. 14-month-old series should not get destroyed by a week-old debate. And me and Kat are on friendly terms again. We've been talking recently, and we're good. But this happening led to a mysterious butterfly effect that led to part 2. So, although it was over, I was still in heavy debate with the rest of the TWD crew, the Worst Discord, which is our Discord that like all of us hang out on. It's been alive since August 2017. Like August 1st, 2017 is when we started the original group chat. And around January 2019, we actually made it into a Discord, like a public Discord instead of being a actual like group chat like it was. I still have access to the archives of the group chat. War will probably remove me soon from that, but it's fine. And we all were ready to move on. But this timing is one of the worst timing I have ever seen in the history of everything that I know. So, right around this time, Warcries decided, I mean, it's not Warcries' fault. We've been playing this for at least 4 months now. We prepared for Hearth SMP Season 4, which you can see on my channel right now. Not every episode's out. I'll get those episodes out later. I was debating actually releasing them now because of this debate, but it's fine. And so we released Hearth SMP Season 4. And I helped War I helped War recruit a lot of people. And, like, I helped War get in contact with a few people that we actually wanted to recruit, like Sensul, Enchanted Ocelot, Krat's sister, who I think she only played once, and some other people like Iwaki who were too busy to actually join us. But, yeah, and then once we started it, although I helped War, actually, Kaib was appointed as staff, and War said he trusted Kaib more than me, and that made me a bit pissed, but whatever. And then Hakuna Matata, that's what we all say to this. Yes, Lion King reference there. I'm sorry, okay? So, the season starts, and obviously, this whole thing that happened, like, 3 days earlier overshadows me. I'm not really able to get any teammates. Like Warren Kai won't team with me and stuff. Kai had heard about the dispute and he was just like, I'm disappointed in you, Sarfnic. But I just tried to get over with. And one thing I did this season, which I'd given people like a hint that I would be a king this season. AKA, my plan was to just like surround a village with a bunch of castle walls and make a village, like, and I'll just become a king. But I turned it into kind of a role play, actually. Like, you know how people do dwarf role plays? Me and War and Kai have done that enough times to say it. But yeah, I did a king role play. Like, I would join Discord chat with people, like a group chat, group call, a voice call. There we go. That's the word. And words are easy. And what happened was I would just be like, "Hello, it is King Sarfnic to you." That's how I would actually speak. And they'd be like, "Shut the fuck up!" and eventually, a lot of people actually didn't like my base. Like, I had a bad coincidence. Supreme left my team because he just didn't feel like playing Minecraft. Sunsul left my team because he didn't like my base. Cam left my team. These are all people I recruited, by the way. Because he just got offered to join a different team by Zins and stuff, and he wanted to play with them. And also I left my team, actually, because Krat, which Warkais agrees with me that this is irrational, Krat kept putting in chat, complaining that I'm going to, like, find his base and actually burn it down, which is what happened and, like, betray him, because what happened in the Lork SMP and Lork SMP Season 2 and 3, which happened in August 2017 and October 2017. Both of these is where me and War teamed up to destroy Krat's base. We succeeded both times. It was kind of sad. And for the Season 2, which is the one that happened in August 2017, what happened was I actually betrayed Krat. I mean, remember, these were war SMPs, not friendly SMPs. All the Hearth SMPs, except for Season 1, we did like a war at the end of the season just for fun. But all the Hearth SMPs are friendly, which means you can't group people. But Lork is like a war season, so like you can team up people, make agreements, and it's pretty much all tactical. And like what happened is Krat was dumb and like he wrote about him teaming up with me, like the spy on War, in like a journal, and War read the journal by going into his house. He's like, I remember this moment like it was yesterday. What happened was War's like, Sarf, look at this, and I pretended to be surprised, and then we burnt his base down, and that made Krat very triggered. So yeah, and he was mentioning this even now, and Othot's like, Sarf, why is he mad at you? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, my friend Coldenwire. She has a friend named Ignite, but he isn't Coldenwire. He wasn't on at the time. He applied later. And she was like, I don't know if you'll like it with the beef anyways, like with all this stuff. I'm like, come on, it's just paranoia, Ocelot. And she just left my team anyways, so that's fine. And then here's what happened next. So, when I had recruited Cam to the team, him and I were... Obviously, my base is pretty far from spawn, but Ocelot's new base was very close to spawn. So I said, here, just help her build her wall. And that was actually during a stream. What happened with me was I actually just traveled to another village. Well, actually, I traveled to War's base to like make trades with him, and then I traveled to another village and trade with the cartographer. Anyhow, when I came back, he overdid it. He cut down all the trees in there, finished the wall, made it super tall, and like, he also got rid of like a lot of the grass. And I thought that was the end of it, right? He even claimed one of Ocelot's house. And he thought Ocelot quit. And I was like, I don't know if she's actually quit. This is my honest story. I was like, maybe she has quit, but I don't know. Just in case, I messaged Ocelot that we had made changes to her base. But anyhow, she came back, was very pissed at him. I also built a house there, by the way. And it goes halfway done. I had a lot of stuff in there, too. She kicked Cam out, and then they had a big dispute with Cam. Cam already left my team by then, because this was like the next day, I'm pretty sure. And what happened was, yeah, I wasn't really part of this other than the fact that I did tell Cam that he should probably work on there just to help our friend out. And it's fine. She actually liked how he did part of the wall for her, but she didn't like how he like cut down all the trees and got rid of all the grass. And she was pretty pissed that he claimed the house too. So we thought that was the end of any disputes. On Hearth, every season I just get made fun of because I'm always like an antagonist for every season. And that's kind of what happened. Like, Sensul and Zins would always, like, meme me and stuff. And what happened one day is... sorry, I'm stroking a rabbit's foot right now in my room. It's pretty fun to stroke, but... Rabbit's foot in Minecraft. Kai's rabbit's foot from episode 1 of Hearth Adventures. If you OG, you remember that. I had, like, also some disagreements. I said to people. Some people didn't like me entering their base. Since was like, just don't go like near my iron farm. But I'm like, if you're gonna ban me from your base, I don't like that. I don't take that shit seriously. And this is actually a value I have. I'm never ever gonna like mention this obviously anymore because I don't want any more drama. And plus, I'm changing myself as a person. But what my value is that just like it's a friendly SMP, and banning someone from your base is just discrimination. That's what I thought. But now, on my opinion, it's just like if someone bans you from their base, just like let it go. You know, you can one day you'll be able to come back if they ever become friendly with you again. Like, look at me and Fyro. We were enemies. We hated each other. Hard SMP Season 2. Like, we were having so much disputes. Now we just talk to each other friendly. We play Skywars together. Bed Wars also. But we also played a lot of Skywars together, like right after our whole beef ended. But anyhow, what happened next was, this is the part I regret. So this is the part with the butterfly effect. So you see, obviously, this whole cat thing, old cat 513 Oldville dispute thing, was over. So obviously, War liked to flex that I technically harassed a woman, and he wanted to tell that to Ocelot. So he did, and I gave him permission. I'm like, fine, you know what, this is over. And then he left, and me and Ocelot talked with the DMs, and I'm like, and this is what I was telling Ocelot. And she was like, why would you do this? Why would you force someone? This is like telling someone that they should commit suicide if they're suicidal. And I'm getting Discord for notifications. Sorry. And I was like, yes, I know. I'm sorry. This was really bad of me to do. And then what happened was me and her had actually a debate that I was somewhat passionate about, which was, how do you respond to anxiety? Not to expose Cat or Ocelot by saying this, but both of them have social anxiety. And both of us had different like opinions on how to deal with it, but I don't think it was like an opinion that makes you want to hate someone. My opinion was that person should just maybe talk to friends, meet new people, go out, explore, just like go out and talk to people, you know. At school, just try to get out of your comfort zone a little bit, you know. Her answer was, they physically can't do it. You shouldn't make someone deal with social anxiety. She even told me a story about how she got mad at her mom because her mom wanted to go out like to the grocery store, but she said she couldn't do it because she's too scared. Which, I'm not judging her by that. I mean, social anxiety is your own problem. Talk to a therapist if you have it. Just work on fixing your life, I guess. But anyhow, no offense to anyone who has social anxiety. I mean, I have minor social anxiety too. And I have an Indian dad, so I mean, minor social anxiety is treated as major social anxiety. But really, it's just a thing that's sprouted from the internet over the past few years. Millennials. Ooh, interestingly enough, Kaib is DMing me right now, actually. He's interested that he's somehow surprised that Beast just took my side on the situation, which we will get to later. I'm just saying this, just so you know that right now the whole thing is like going on at least while I'm recording this audio. But anyhow, let's continue. So, what happened was we had a disagreement over how you should respond to social anxiety. Her opinion, you obviously heard my opinion, how you should just go out more, you know, go out of your comfort zone. Hers is just stay quiet, and all you have to do is just like maybe just figure it out yourself, which, I mean, because if you're scared, there's no point in going out of your comfort zone. Anyhow, we were having a civilized discussion. She was mad at me, I could tell, just for my slight opinion that just disagreed with me. And anyhow, I deafened for like 30 seconds because I had to do something. And when I came back, she had left the call. And then she was in the Call of War cries, which was like, there's like General 1 and General 2. And the Call of War cries and like Sensul and like Beast is just like. So I join, and then she leaves. I'm like, oh, what's up with her? And then War's like, she doesn't want to talk to you anymore. I'm like, wait, why? And I guess I made her mad. But my thoughts at this time was, why is she mad at me? Because I didn't really do anything wrong other than just have an opinion that just didn't serenade with her opinion. So I wanted to figure it out. So I just messaged her. I called her once, denied. Whatever it was, she did not want to talk to me anymore. So I messaged her, people like unforgiving people like you are what's wrong with the world. Now this is me obviously being a dumbass, like thinking that she hates me because of the cat thing, like that I should be forgiven. She's like, fuck you, you goddamn fucking bitch. That's the exact thing she said. I'm like, whoa, you see, I thought this was all over, but no, please forgive me for my past actions. Even if they were me, Cat and I are perfectly fine with each other. I could care less for your past actions. It's your fucking inability to learn from it and own up to your actions that pisses me off. And I'm like, it's really annoying that someone gets mad at you for showing them your past stuff. Like, of course I own up to my actions. It's just internet toxicity. So you randomly claim that I don't own up to my actions and do so, but that doesn't mean it's true. I had her talk to Kat and stuff, and it was mostly, yeah, just I don't own up to my own actions. But the thing is, that is exactly what I was doing when I showed her that. I didn't say I was in the right. I said I was wrong. I know it. I'm very sorry, and this is me being dumb when I was reviewing the cat situation. But apparently, because I was just willing to defend this ideology I have, it's more like an opinion that I have. I wasn't exactly 100% supporting it as like the supreme correct opinion. It was just like I said, it could work. That just getting out of your comfort zone could be a good tactic. Anyhow, what happened was, yeah, she didn't want to talk to me. That was it. There was a couple times I tried to get in a call with her. Didn't want to talk to me. That seemed to be it, but there's a lot more coming. Also, over this week, Warcries and Kai mostly start to get a bit more of a growing dislike for me. War starts actually, like, asking me to leave calls between him and Beastus. Usually, I don't leave until, like, I'm being asked, like, a few times. This is my mistake. If I ever get reinvited, that minute they ask me to leave, I will leave. Let them do their own thing. And, yeah, it seemed like I'd started to get a lot of people against me. Anyhow, during one of these calls that we were in, War told me, you're a dumbass. And I'm like, why? What'd I do? What'd I do? And he's like, you forgot to get your stuff back from Ocelot. So Ocelot didn't like it when I built the house at her base, but originally she said I could live there, or I could have stuff there, because I had put a lot of stuff there. I could have my stuff there, but all I have to do is just, like, notify her every time I enter the base. But apparently now, oh my god, I'm being messaged by 3 people at once. I'm sorry. Look, this story is live. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's been actually a huge update for this story. Some twists have happened. Good twists and kind of bad twists, but mostly good. So I will bring that up soon, but we'll continue with the story meanwhile. What War had told me was, apparently Osla had shouted at me in my face, well, you get the reference there, but in my face she had shouted at me that I needed to pack up and get my stuff out of the house and leave, because I was no longer allowed there. And I didn't remember this. I mean, they both claimed they did it, so it probably did happen, but I just didn't remember it. And I'm like, he's like, now because you missed it, she has the right to take your stuff. And I was like, War, this is fucking corrupt. And I was really pissed, but thankfully, Ocelot let me get my stuff back. So that's where it ended, right? Well, while I was taking my stuff back, I kept asking Ocelot, can you just please tell me why you're mad at me? I was actually like, just come on, just tell me. She's like, no, I've already said it enough, or I don't want to repeat it again, which she's been saying for the past few days. But I'm like, what? I actually didn't know. And the thing is, this happens sometimes when people actually do this, and like they say, oh yeah, you never listen, and so they never tell me. But when people do tell me, I actually remember it that time, and I actually do listen. Because like I don't remember actually her ever telling me exactly what it was. It was just all me assuming. Anyhow, the big change happened is when War said he was quitting Old Vale. It was because one of the phrases, this was actually, this is the biggest dispute that we've ever had, like, over this whole debate. So, when I was in the cast situation, I said something, I put this in bold. Look, kid, you can mess with me, but not my role plays. I said it was a joke. It was a joke, sort of, like, because, you know, Kat actually didn't want to, like, actually lead the role play. At the time, she just didn't want to have her voice in it and like have me delete it. And I made a few jokes with her. Like one time, I joked her like, "Oh, you're banned from my role plays," and I was like, "Oh yeah, just kidding." And that was considered a joke. That's why I put it in bold. But every time, I've told this to War 5 times. Every time I mention it's a joke, he gets mad. And then we talked about it again, and then he said, "You know what? I'm quitting Old Vale," which is big because I actually need him for episode 11. I'm like, "No, no, no!" And that made me pissed. And then I got into a dispute with War, and then that was when Kai was like, "Alright, boy, you have done enough sins." And then I got into a call, like, last Saturday. I had to actually leave for a party, but I got into a call with War and Kai, and also, like, when I was in the car, I also, like, to text message them. And I just told them I'm sorry, and this is where I actually messaged Ocelot something. Like, I just want this beef to end because, look, very ironically, like, that thing, you can... Once Oldville got into the crossfire, it just didn't seem like anything was worth it anymore. Like, I did not want Oldville being ruined because episode 11 was going to be one of my most perfect episodes. And now that War had quit, which he was like a major character in episode 11, I'm like, oh, you know what? This all ends here. So I made an apology, and that was it, right? I was ready to move on. I like made an apology. I apologized for everything I did. I said I would never do it again. What happened was, I had messaged Ocelot. I told you how I messaged Ocelot. I'm sorry how I need this to end, right? It's on your screen right now when I messaged her. Anyhow, she told War or Kai about it. And then they requested to vote. They made a request to kick me from the worst Discord because apparently by their logic. Which their logic isn't exactly flawed, but like I agree, it was still like oh yeah, in this situation that's harassment. Okay, I agree with you on that. But then they're like, this is the last straw. You're getting kicked. I'm like, seriously, that's the last straw? After I apologize? And I'm like, he was probably planning to kick me. And when I made an apology, then he just wanted an excuse. So anyhow, I obviously got kicked. Majority vote Dragoons. Vote changer. I had a few people that didn't vote for me, like Lou and Krat, I think. Like they voted against me, I'm pretty sure. And I was kicked, and it was sad. And people were memeing me in the Hearth SMP Discord because I was still up. But a few days later, what happened was Zins had sent, or Kai, one of those guys, because I don't have access to these archives, so I don't know, because I'm out of the Discords right now, had sent a bunch of memes about me getting kicked. And then finally, one time I responded, like, because they obviously, they said I harassed 3 women, because I actually, at one point after Kat quit, this was not harassment. This is the only one I will admit was not harassment. It was begging, but it wasn't harassment, because I only did it for like 1 minute, where I just like sent Booth a few messages even after she said no. I'm like, please, can you just please do Old Vale? It's on your screen right now. This is all the messages. This is it. This is all I said. Anyhow, that was kind of harassment. Obviously, harassing Cat was actually fair harassment. Harassing Ocelot was low-level harassment, like it was more, but it was still harassment. Anyhow, this is where my personal criticism of Kaib comes in. So the personal criticism of War is at the way end, and that's the hugest thing you're going to see. But anyhow, what happened is Kaib and I got into an argument about harassing because I claimed that like I actually didn't harass Booth, and I did show Kaib like a DM evidence at some point in March 2018, which you remember that was our last dispute, right? That was our last time. We actually had like a minor dispute in November 2018 when I posted a bunch of stuff in the wrong channel and got banned from TWD, but that really wasn't that big a thing. What happened was when I posted this evidence, Kai deleted it, claiming that it was incorrect and wrong, which me and Beastus consider that to be minor abuse since it's not related to because this was on the Hearth SMP Discord. It's not actually related to Hearth SMP at all or any like inflicts, but it's related to something that was brought up by someone else. And then Kai went into a rage and got me banned from Hearth SMP 2 using a good reason that I disrespected a lot of the players on the server, which I agree with halfly. I did disrespect some of the players, but I really, for the past few days, I actually hadn't actually done anything. Ever since I got banned from TWD, I kept my mouth shut and did not say anything after that, because I already apologized, so I had no reason to like get mad at anyone or do anything bad. So I talked to Warcries. Warcries said he actually agreed with the ban, although he actually he didn't authorize it. It was Kai that did it. Kai was Discord moderator, and he said I can appeal. So I wrote a huge appeal. You guys can see I actually did it 3 times. The first time it got denied by War for a reasonable reason. I really didn't bring out my cocky roleplay I did with the King. I only talked about how I was wrong with harassing Ocelot and harassing Cat, which wasn't connected to the SMP, so I just kind of mentioned that. I did actually say that all that I did was wrong. I just really wanted to play Hearth SMP. In fact, that was actually more grief being kicked from Hearth SMP than being kicked from TWD, because I invented Hearth SMP. Does not give me legitimacy, but it's just that like I love it. It's like my creation, and I'm just seeing it so far. I like to play on it, document history. I'm a YouTuber. I have a YouTube series on it. But anyhow, the second appeal got denied for what I thought was a fake or made-up reason. Beast disagrees with me again. I'll tell you guys why Beast disagrees with me later. The reason why he denied the second appeal was because I didn't say I would change, although I said that. And I'm like, you know what, you're just making this shit up. You're going to deny my next appeal anyways. I said it, you just don't want me back in. And I sent my next appeal. I'm like, I included everything. I like worked like another like 30 minutes. I spent like over 2 hours working on this appeal if you combine all the times I did it. And I did document it on a text document just so it wasn't all the waste, you know. That's a very good decision. This appeal saved my ass a lot of times. But War didn't respond. Now, we get into the biggest part yet now. Now, we get into the biggest part of this discussion, this argument, this rant I'm making. War's values. I tell War, this is not me trying to get up bad. This is just me trying to like rebuild my friendship with Warcries, because we've been friends since 2015. Me, War, Supreme, and Kaib have actually I've known all of them since like 2015. I think I met Kaib summer 15, met Supreme early fall 15, and I met Warcries late fall 2015. But War said, you haven't changed. You don't change, which I may not look like I don't change because I'm half Indian, and Indians are very they don't like to admit to their mistakes sometimes. That's not an excuse. It's just that It's just like saying kind of like just like a background. But yep, I'm like, I'm sorry. I mean, how do you know if you aren't gonna be friends with me? I'm like, when do you want to be friends with me? When do you want to call me again? He called me. He couldn't call me once. Like he actually sounded like in a depressed voice. He said, "I dislike you," and left. He's like, "Never. I dislike you." I'm like, "Why do you dislike me?" And this is when he revealed his true motives. Because you make too many mistakes too often. Really. And this is where my wisdom hits people. I don't think it really matters if I tell you everything I said because they'll be on your screen right now. But through discussions with Kaib and War, Kaib had blocked me by then actually, but Kaib unblocks me. The story continues. But anyhow, what happened is I was just like, War, come on, I make mistakes. I'm an average human, and I realized that this is just life. It was a dispute that I had with a couple people over a couple of weeks. And it's over now. Me and Kat are fine on talking terms. The Ocelot, nah, because I just don't want to like raise anything anymore. That's why I haven't talked to Ocelot. Although she hasn't been, none of us have been aggressive to each other anymore. It's just between me and you and this TWD. It's the butterfly effect. Like the pain has been handed down, and War is just like, I dislike you. You cannot force me to be your friend. If you ever mention this again, I'll block you. And I send him one message, which is, I know, but your reasons are just disappointing. He's like, blocking you, goodbye. And I'm just like, no. And then he blocked me. That was it. So even when I told War, human beings make mistakes. It's been over a year and a half since my last mistake with you guys, which is, I just make a couple mistakes, like a bunch of tiny mistakes often. Like, there's disagreements with people, which I'm never going to do again. Or at least I've invented a new system. My appeal talks about how if I'm doing anything bad or anyone wants to leave me a call, just tell me. I will do it. I will follow your reasoning because I need to fix myself as a person. So I spent these next few weeks, it's like my second week of school too, just thinking about who I am as a person. Like actually rethinking myself. I was even thinking of throwing Oldville in the trash bin. Some people said I should probably not continue Oldville with all the drama. But then I I realized it's just life. I know I said that earlier, but this is like where the reasoning came from. We make mistakes. Every math teacher, every single math teacher, or at least like math or science teacher I've had every year, once a year, says, mistakes? I want you to make mistakes. They fix you. They make you a better person. When you fall, you don't only get up. You get up stronger. It's by War's logic, by falling, you're embarrassing him, so you're not good enough. The Perfectionist. If there's a movie, The Perfection, watch it on Netflix. I didn't watch it, but I heard about it. That's what War would do. And I would meme Kaib a little bit, but Kaib's more in the right than War cries, because at least Kaib understands that nobody's perfect. It's just more like, who are you as a person, a friend? What are you gonna like? Are you gonna make me happy? But War is just, if you're not perfect, you're not good enough. So I thought this was. I was pretty sad. I mean, I obviously was happy. My real life has been improving a lot recently, actually. But internet life is dead. No one took my side. Even Krat, he blocked me. Krat has a little bit of like a PTSD issue. So, like, even though I harassed like two people, he'll say I harassed everyone on TWD for some reason. So he blocked me. That was until Cam reached me. I sent Cam my appeal. Cam said he would advertise it in, or just like show it in the Hearth SMP Discord. And he also sent it to Krat. I apologize to Krat. Got back together with Krat. Hopefully Krat and I are going to be friendly from here on. But Krat definitely seemed mad. He's one of the few people that take War side over neutral. Like, most people took neutral, actually. Even people that have been meaner to me in the past. Anyhow, I'm not on this Discord, so I don't know, and Cam didn't tell me much about it. But today, I got reached out by Beastus saying that he believes I am in the right. My appeal is correct. DMs are on the screen right now. And he told me about a story. I was actually just finished boxing and he was texting me all this. He told me about a story that involved him at football, just learning like forgive people, live to forgive. And I realized I was surprised. Like Beastus was like usually memeing me all the time. In fact, Krat was more likely to take my side than Beastus, and Krat didn't, but Beastus did. And me and him have the same values about forgiveness. You live to forgive, just keep living on. And I'm like, yeah, like this friendship between me and War should not end just because of one tiny debate. I mean, it wasn't a tiny debate, but compared to our 4 years of history, it was a teeny debate in our history. We've been through so much. We met people. I've never had more history with a friend ever than War Cries. The longest Discord history too. You can check out our Discord messages. One day when Discord makes them all public in like 30 years from now or something. Anyhow, Beastis and I talked, Beastis actually told me that he actually left the worst Discord and Hearth SMP, and apparently when he was like disputing, he actually got into a argument with War, and War's like, Sarfnic made too many mistakes and he doesn't learn from them, which I guess that was War's argument. And then he's like, let me get the fuck out of here. Anyhow, this is actually what happened this next part happened while I was recording this video. It's been like 30 minutes already, like over 30 minutes, like 40 minutes. And what happened was, he messaged Kaib about it, alright? And then Kaib unblocked me and started talking to me. And here's our DMs. I mean, Kaib wouldn't mind me showing no DMs or anything. But what happened was, we came to an agreement. I may be unbanned from the worst Discord. This is the good surprise, the good twist. I have a bad twist that's coming up, but this is, the good twist, like, definitely overpowers the bad twist. He didn't take my side, but he's more like, you learned, you feel bad, you were wrong, and you're just trying to get people to forgive you, and I think you deserve to get back. You've learned your lesson majorly. And he actually said, he even said War's actions were a bit disagreeable, which is surprising. Usually in the past, me and War have disagreed over Kaib's actions, like when he left, when he blocked me and just unfriended War because we shut down an SMP once. He was like, why? He's just kind of dumb. And this was in February 2017, if you're wondering. And then he came back for Earth Adventures in January of 2018. But anyhow, the bad twist, which happened like 10 minutes ago from when I'm recording this, which was in the middle of recording this video, Krat says that I shouldn't be forgiven for harassing War's friends, which is surprising because, here's a little story. I'm sorry, I don't want to sound greedy at all, but Krat has been the most controversial member, even more than me, of the worst Discord. He's been kicked tons of times by War. War even told me, why do I still want to be friends with him? War says he dislikes Krat as a person. But what Krat, and every time Krat's been kicked, Kaib, everyone, no one wants to reinvite him, but no one cares about him. They're like, okay, he's gone, goodbye. But it has been me. Every time, every single time. Even this happened, I think, in January. Dragoon and Warcries had a disagreement with Krat because he generally likes to threaten them that he's gonna kill himself, with suicide. He's actually very suicidal. Krat has minor autism, so I'm not throwing shade at Krat by saying this. I'm just saying that this is the context. And War's I'm done with him. Even Kaib's he's fucking evil. He's using suicide as a way to convince us into doing stuff. And I have always been the one who comes up to Krat, and I talk to War, he's Krat, we just gotta help him, with life, and, I even got, a huge debate with War once, saying that he's autistic, we just gotta, forgive, and I get Krat back into the worst Discord. Anyhow, that's the whole story. I was worried I would make this video not that well. I know I didn't explain everything, I really didn't explain my reasons. Hopefully the on-screen, Discord messages and stuff I've shown you may explain it a bit more in better context, but for those watching, I am so sorry. I've actually cried a few times over this, because everyone knows real men cry. I am so sorry that I ever was cocky and just wanted my benefits over anyone else. It won't happen again. I feel like I've betrayed all my subscribers, betrayed everyone. I'm sorry. I really I've made this mistake, and I have paid the price. This is the worst punishment I've ever received for anything I've done on Discord. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. And I know some people say this, but I promise you, if anything like this ever starts to happen again, in May of 2021, let's say, I will terminate it. It will not happen again. Yep, I'm sorry. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. My channel will continue. I just have to solve these disputes, fix what's wrong with Oldvale, and get everyone on my side again, which I have a few people on my side. And hopefully then we can move on and continue the adventures of the Hearth crew, because we have a huge history, and it should continue forever. See you guys later. You know what, guys? Me and Beastis are done. Here's an update. So the vote happened. Obviously, most people were like, don't unban him, but a lot of people were actually debating having me just come back and discuss with people. And then War all of a sudden was like, I'm sick of you, Beastis. Who Beastis was literally just saying maybe we should just have random people vote for it. He's screen sharing it. And then what happened was War requested to kick him. And of course, everyone's voting to kick Beastus. And so then we make a thing for kicking war cries, and of course, everyone's like, no, 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 we can't kick war cries. Look, if Beastus gets kicked and I don't get reinvited, it's TWD is over party. Worst Discord is fucking over because it's corrupt. That's simply what it is. This is democracy. Yes, it's democracy, but it's so immature how you try to kick someone who has a different opinion than yours, and that proves I'm not a dictator. Say because you're trying to kick someone who has a different opinion than yours in a debate, which proves you're trying to sway votes. So they call me immature because I invite and I actually had B Michael vote for I gave the poll to B Michael although he voted neutral. This is stupid. Just say we can just settle this. But if they kick you, TWD is over. It's over. This is just corrupt. So I'll keep you updated after this. This is very important, Camo. They banned Beastis. They're corrupt. This corrupt group.
It says Beastus is inviting people. Let me delete his invites. Kick B Michael.
Huh?
What?
He was not invited by a member.
Oh my god.
You see this?
Oh my god. This is just so shit. Beast is being exiled. It was literally War just saying that he didn't like Beastus, but really it's because Beastus was just opposing your opinions. That's the thing. Or else they wouldn't have done it. So I guess if you want to get Sarfnic unbanned, they're gonna vote for you to get kicked.
The only
Which
vote
is
is
an
my
unfair and corrupt resume. That's what I consider it to be. Let me guess, I'm probably not gonna get re-invited because I voted to kick War. But I just wanted to get unbanned. I don't want people to get mass kicked for a revolt. That's the thing. A revolt happens when people do bad things. When people do bad things, that's what happens. When we did the vote to kick War, of course, no one voted for War to get kicked. They're like, Ree! But then when we do the vote to kick Beastus, when they did the vote, everyone's like, Ree! They're like, no one here has anything
Oh my god,
against
everything's starting to lag now
just
because everything's
that they
off.
ass kiss War. That's simply what it is. No one had anything against you. The only thing that was close against you, Zin said how you broke one of his signs once. That's it, right? No one had
Oh my
anything
god,
against
this is so laggy because
it's
of.
corrupt. That's it. So they claim it's a democracy, which it is sort of, but at the same time, people vote out anyone who has a different opinion than the popular opinion. So it is a democracy with flaws and biases. This is what you said was right, Beastus. If you have outsiders, random people like a jury arrive, they will have unbiased opinions and they'll be able to make a correct vote. But if they do anything else, it's just dumb. Yes! Zinz is finally taking the right side of things.
What do you want me to say?
Say it's a fake democracy if you kick anyone who opposes you.
Why am I so? I'm so
And then
laggy.
you'd be like, vote to kick down! Can we move on? He broke the server rules. Knowingly.
He's gone.
But Beastus did not break the server rules knowingly. So,
Hey,
Zinz, look, I get that I made a lot of mistakes. Like, I actually do regret it, but I just, like, the whole reason for this whole, like vote thing to, like, get me back was actually not my idea, it was Kybe's. But just because, like, I want to, like, get a chance to make amends with some people. I mean, you did a good job leaving the Discord. Thank you, actually.
I mean, it's also because I literally said if this stuff happens again, I'm leaving. I'm done.
Yeah, that's the thing. Wait, did you
It's
vote
always,
for
like-
Beastus to get kicked?
Huh?
Did you vote for Beastus to get kicked?
I voted for you to come back on because.
Oh, I know you and
everyone
Sensible
had-
did. But did you vote for Beastus to get kicked? To be honest, that was
I
corrupt.
don't know.
They call it democracy, but they're kicking everyone who opposes them. They're really a selective
I mean,
democracy.
I'm just sort of done with war. Cam made a point that, like, it's pretty much mostly war that sort of causes.
Yeah. War and Kybe enslaves him, which is honestly the opposite of what happens in the past, but yeah. It's just really like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm probably going to start my own Discord, Ethia. Really don't need War and Kybe. I'm just disappointed in people like Dragoon having to take their side, because I actually thought Dragoon was pretty fun to play with. I also need him for Old Vale, but we'll make decisions.
So the thing about the sign is that I thought it was like a friendly prank. I didn't want.
Oh, there you go. That's the sign.
Yeah.
This
Hey.
sign fucking tilted me.
Cam, you got banned from TWD randomly.
No.
You got banned. Oh, wait.
No, it didn't. It just. Oh, I clicked the wrong.
I'm sorry. I actually thought you
I
got
don't really.
banned.
You scared me.
Oh my god, actually. Wait, how is Hard SMP 3.5 still a thing? We did that in
Rise it eat the.
we did that in
we're
July
not.
of 2018. Yeah, there you go. The boys. Anyhow, that was scary. Anyhow, I messaged Kybe a few things and he's sending it back to. Here we go. Let me just show them. This is what I sent him. He screenshotted our DMs. Look, he literally called B Michael corrupt for fucking voting neutral. Lou is a very critical person. He's been banned before. Corruption. What's this stuff? Oh my god, this is never gonna end. I mean, it's fine. We've already ended the part of me trying to get back in. Now we're just trying to cancel.
It
two
is like
different
Stalin's officer purge.
Yes. So Krat decided to block me because of the fact that I had my boy B. Michael vote, which apparently is more corrupt than deciding to kick anyone who opposes you. Apparently, I guess that is.
I
Corrupt.
mean, wait, how am I corrupt?
Dude, you're B. Michael.
Huh?
I just want to talk to him, man. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm not gonna record or anything. I'm just gonna talk to
But
him and legitimately just solve.
Don't
War
block you.
literally unblocked me to message me something
Oh,
like a minute ago, and he just instantly decides to reblock me. What a fucking shit. Cam's
I don't know
calling
why.
crap right now.
I don't know why, but it's
Another one.
Another meme. Me beasts, they're memeing the hell out of you, dude.
It's
What
from
the hell?
And everyone in the worst Discord.
I was gonna make a meme until you joined the call, but this is funny.
oh,
Oh, he didn't even accept, bro. He didn't even accept. He won't talk to me. He hasn't spoken to me in like 5 days, man. One time I got into a call with him and he just said, "I dislike you," and left. He's not. What if he does?
no,
What?
only one
Well,
is
like,
actually.
Actually, you also
corrupt.
harassed me too.
Difference between
I'm
one
not
and
saying
eight.
harassing was right. I'm just trying to like say that I'm sorry and I won't ever do anything like that
Well,
again.
now the issue is, if you're sorry, you wouldn't be doing the Ethia revelation.
That's because you.
I'm
That's because
sorry.
you banned. That's because you're banning beasts
Sarfnic,
randomly. I haven't even
calm
started
down.
it.
Hey,
We're gonna
Sarf,
keep this perfect.
I've never heard an
Hey!
actual Canadian say sorry.
We're gonna keep this professional so we can get this over with, okay?
The mortal Kai thinks he can send all these memes to me. Oh, look at this. Kai keeps sending memes, even repeating one of them. Even this one, but I send the best meme ever. It's him, no. Why'd you add him?
Hey!
Oh no, that's not what spam! No, please
Really?
no.
With a one watery boy.
This is beautiful.
I am Trump. I have
Look,
forgot
War,
you can do this.
man, I know that you
Hey.
don't like Ethia, and you don't want us to create.
no, it's not about Ethia. It's about I don't like you.
Okay.
Stop spamming.
Don't
No.
It's
spam.
annoying.
They're
No,
spamming
you.
memes. Get him out of here.
Yeah, get him out of here.
No, hang on. I want to keep War cursing for a little because I want.
We had a discussion. War is just like memes. Cam was actually working with War. That's why he said just drop everything. I'm dropping everything, but I'm starting Ethia, boys. Coming soon. Oh.
Whoever was in my base, has to leave right now. I did not give you permission to get in my base.
Yeah, that's Ocelot.
Christ.
So
And then I was like, I may have gone into your base, but I literally
Oh
was
my
just
God.
running around and I left right away.
She's like, I never gave you the permission.
And I'm like, this was also like 10 minutes ago. And she's like,
What happened right now? So you better get out.
I'm like, well, then it wasn't me. She's like,
Well, you better get out.
I'm like, I just said it wasn't me. Literally disabled.
But yeah, I think she's unreasonable. And yeah, she spammed me with like a bunch of curse words, even when I'm always passive, so I never really said anything. But yeah, honestly, I don't like her. Can't believe that. I actually wanted
Overreaction
play
to the
Warcraft.
next level.
Yeah. And Warcry, did you hear what happened with Zinz and Cam going to her base and she killed them? Cause Cam's like, I built these walls, you know? And she's like, get the fuck out of my base! And he's
Well, he
like,
could actually technically
lol.
remove the walls. He could technically remove the walls.
Actually, I think he wouldn't be allowed to. Well, honestly, what I wish I mean, honestly.
No, if I was in Cam's position, I would have pulled that one.
Yeah, I would have like put a torch to the wall and said, "Fine, I built the wall. You didn't like it. You can rebuild it yourself then," and walk away. Yeah, that's what I would have done. 100%. And then she's like, "You need permission to enter my base. Every time you enter my base, you need permission to enter." Like overprotective, dude. I picked the wrong base to.
Honestly,
upgrade.
who's gonna honestly take your shit? You're
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. I just don't like.